Today I am going to teach you the transformation of parts of speech. Most of the students of our country are more or less acquainted or introduced with the topic like transformation of sentences. But today I am going to teach you the transformation of parts of speech. That means by applying the rules and structures, you can easily be able to transform the parts of speech from one structure to other. Like main verb can be transferred into noun. Look at the main verbs, the list of main verbs: protect, act, react, affect, express, invent, present, celebrate, perfect, combine, present, accommodate, elaborate, civilize, reflect, migrate, direct, calculate, construct, etc. Such kind of main verbs includes the characteristics or features that the main verbs can be easily be transferred into noun, and the rule is by adding or including tion, S-I-O-N or T-I-O-N, we can transform all the verbs into noun. Look at the example. Protect can be transferred into noun by writing protection. Protection. In the second example, act can be transferred into action. React will be transferred into noun if we write down reaction. That means all of these verbs are containing or possessing the same characteristics. That means if we add or include tion at the end of these verbs, then these main verbs will be easily transferred into noun. But all of the verbs are not containing the same characteristics. Now I am going to efface all of these words, that means all of these verbs. Main verbs can also be transferred into noun by adding er or ing. Like teach will be transferred into teacher. Teach, sell, buy, receive, call, send. All of these main verbs are containing the same characteristics or features, that by adding er, we can transform the main verb into noun. The main verb into noun. So teach will be transferred into teacher. Sell will be transferred into seller. Buy will have to be written buyer. Receive will be receiver. Call will have to be written in this way, caller. Send will be written as sender. This is rule 2, and in the previous example it was rule 1. So think in this way, in what way parts of speech can be changed from one form to other form. Now I am going to explain the reverse way. That means if you are told to transfer the noun into main verb, you will have to efface or omit the main characteristics of noun. That means in the reverse way, the form of noun, having or including the characteristics of tion or er can be transferred into into main verb, into main verb by effacing the characteristic of noun. The characteristics of noun. Now look at these examples. Two kinds of noun are going to be written and described by me. Noun: education. Noun: teacher. Noun: celebration. Noun: receiver. These four examples, these four words have been written here to explain the transformation of noun into main verb. Main verb. Now education can be transferred into main verb by writing educate. Teacher can be transferred into main verb by written teach. Celebration will have to be written in this way, celebrate. And by following the same rule, you will have to write receive. So this is the explanation of transferring from noun to main verb and main verb to noun. Now I am going to efface all these words and I am going to make you explain and make you understand in what way main verb can be transferred into adjective. Main verb and its relationship with adjective. If the main verb is written educate, celebrate, transform, then you will have to write here educated, as you are going to transfer it from main verb to adjective. Celebrate will have to be written celebrated. Transform will have to be written transformed. If I write down change in the list of main verb, then you will have to write changed in the list of adjective. So what is the rule? Make a note on this structure. The rule is that if we want to transfer the main verb into adjective, the main verb into adjective, then we will have to add. We will have to add or include ed at the end of the main verb. At the end of the main verb. Now in the fourth rule, I am going to explain in what way main verb can be transferred into noun, but following not a single structure, rather following two different structures. If I write down the main verb, develop. If I write down the main verb, manage. If I write down the main verb, arrange. And in the same way, I can also write build. So, what will be the fruitful step? Main verb, noun. Main verb, noun. In the previous examples, I have explained only one way for a word to transfer the main verb into noun. But there are also some main verbs which can be transferred into noun by adding different kinds of structures. Develop will be transferred into developer or development. Development. Manage will be transferred or written manager or management. Arrange will have to be written in this way, arranger or arrangement. Arrangement. Build. Builder, but different from other characteristics. Different. That means building. Now you can remember the class that was taken by me in the first lecture, that I had already explained all of the main characteristics of noun like shone, er, meant, ing. Such kind of sign was written by me to make you understand the characteristics of noun. In this way, you are watching the differentiation between these two types of parts of speeches. Now I am going to explain that adjective can be transferred into noun. Adjective, noun. Noun, sleeplessness. Sleeplessness. So the adjective will be written in this way, sleepless. Clumsiness. Clumsiness is also an example of noun, and you will have to write clumsy in the list of adjective by effacing the word ness, because this is the one of the most remarkable characteristics of noun. Clumsiness, coolness, cool. In this way, only by effacing the characteristics of noun, you can also transfer it into adjective. But in what way? I am again repeating my speech. In what way you are using your words is the main and remarkable subject matter or mentionable subject matter, because it will be entirely dependent on the using of the sentences, because the same sentence can demand or require different type of parts of speeches. Now I am effacing all these words and to explain the other practical example. Adjective can be transferred into adverb. Adjective can be transferred into adverb. So the rule is that by adding ly, at the end, by adding ly at the end of adjective. We can easily transfer the adjective into adverb. The adjective into adverb. Now make a list of adjective. Nice, firm, slow, rapid, quick, prompt, rude, violent, etc. Such kind of adjectives will be transferred into adverb only by adding ly at the end of the word. Nice will have to be written in this way, nicely. Firm will have to be written in this way, firmly. Slow can be written slowly. Rapid can be written rapidly. Quick will be transferred into quickly. Prompt, promptly. Rude, rudely. Violent, violently. But there is no option to be perplexed here, that only by adding ly or only by containing ly at the end of the word, this word can only be called as adverb, because in my previous class I have already explained in what way you will be able to differentiate adjective and adverb, because adjective can also contain or possess ly at the end, and I have already explained that by adding ly at the end, a word can be called as adjective if it modifies or qualifies, that means supplies information about noun. But if the same word modifies or qualifies by supplying the information about main verb, then the same word can be called as adverb. Now you will learn in what way the words can remain unchanged in the spheres of parts of speech. Noun, friendship, this can also be called as noun if we efface the main characteristic of noun and write down only friend. This is an example in what way the words can remain unchanged, though the main word is written by effacing its characteristics. Friendship is a noun and friend is also a noun. Noun can also be transferred into verb in this way: noun, main verb. Appearance, noun, then appear, main verb. Clearance, noun, then clear. Here you can also add another example like leadership. But if you efface the word ship, you will have to write leader. but the parts of speech of these words remain unchanged. Now I am going to explain the interchange of noun and adjective in different way. Independence, this is noun, but if I write down independent, it is easily transferred into adjective. So in what way you will have to be written these two words? Example from noun. Example, we gained our independence. Our independence in the year of 1971. Example from adjective. Here independence is noun. It is very transparent to you. Bangladesh is an independent country. Is an independent country. Here independent is adjective. If noun is written, if noun is written with ance or ence, then we can transfer it into adjective. Transfer it into adjective. Adjective by adding ent. This is the example. Now I am going to explain the main idea of parts of speech. Parts of speech is always used in all of the words. There is no English words in the world which is not included within the list of parts of speech. Appearance, apparent. Appearance, noun. Then apparent will be adjective. Apparent will be adjective. In this way, you can also learn the changing of other parts of speeches. That means in what way we can make main verb. Before transferring one kind of parts of speech into other kind, you will have to learn the origin of these parts of speech, the definition of these parts of speech. Another example is that noun and adjective. Presence, present. Presence, present. And absence, absent. Absence, absent. Now I am going to explain the using of main verb. That means the transferring of main verb. By adding en in the starting or rudiment, or in the starting or rudiment, or sometimes at the end, or sometimes at the end, at the end, we can make main verb. Main verb. Example: bright, brighten. Courage, encourage. Light, enlight. In this way, noun or adjective, can be transferred into main verb by adding en. So what will be the placing of en? The placing will be in the starting or in the end. Bright was adjective. It is transferred into main verb. In what way? According to the rule I have explained few moments ago. The rule was that by adding en, courage is transferred into main verb, encourage. Light is transferred into main verb, enlight. Dear students, I think your knowledge, your extent or range of knowledge must be wide, and you should learn most of the, and in a wide sense, all of the important parts or all of the important elements or components of English grammar, so that your range of knowledge cannot be confined within a limitation. Do you know what is the amplification of idea? As you have passed the SSC examination and you are all of the students of HSC level, you have already read many of the amplification of idea in Bengali second paper. I can very easily remember the amplification of idea. One was very important and significant, that our knowledge should not be confined within the bookish knowledge, and our range of knowledge should be in a wide sense, in extended way, and you always should think in this way. Here I want to explain it in Bengali that I had told few moments ago in English. The amplification of idea that was very much preferred by me during my student life, and I want to mention it in Bengali, that গ্রন্থগত বিদ্যা আর পরহস্তে ধন নহে বিদ্যা নহে ধন হলে প্রয়োজন. I think you have already understood, you have already realized the importance or significance of this amplification of idea, and this is where you will learn parts of speech, you will learn tense, you will learn article, modifier, preposition, completing of sentences with clue, without clue, punctuation, capitalization, and connector, and all of these important grammatical points will have to be memorized by you, will have to be captured by you, so that we can tell, we the teachers who are belong to the noble profession teaching, we can tell with pride that our students are learning from a wide range. So no more today, goodbye.